Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my videos. Like always, this is my backyard. Henderson farmers, understand? And I am going to left the re-up the weapon and turn them on slogan into yo wow, everything good? Yes I. Connect to the sile so bank account will have to be approved. Heaven and hell soldier trying to shoot me up my shoes. Hiya, Rasta, new and improved. Now people, when you are a dreadlocks like me living in America, you take steps. You know, you're going to have a lot of yappy mouth and people speculating on all different type of how it should be and should not. But I is the new way, understand? So I gonna tell you this one is another one of Rasta Leap, and it's going to be on the topic of power of many, one soul. And power of many, one soul can comes in birthing, understand? Where the soul collector who control the souls can let when you die that soul rebirth in Indian, white and Chinese and every one of them. But you do not have the power of that mind yet. But believe me, man, I did some research. When I research souls and know what soul is, I realized my soul, if you control it, you could put it in a many races. You could even put it in a dog and cat to make it born again. You understand? But some souls can be controlled and some can't, because some soul is on a guard. Like our soul is on a guard. The alien them have that. You understand? And the creatures them might have that. And when we check how much time your soul can be birthed, I was shocked. Understand? But what happened now with that now is the memory. Understand? The memory. This is why them have a real memory. Understand? That mean for example, let's say my soul now, I die and someone can have my soul. Before you go back to the maker himself can take the soul and put it back into an Indian woman. Understand? And it go into the body and it comes out, but I won't have the memory. But when I reach like 10, 15 now, the maker can re-up my soul and let me be the person that I am right now speaking. But what happened now, the soul will still grow. If you do not have the memory within the womb, if it was a ruler soul, a warrior soul, a heaven power soul, it will always search for rules. It will always search to challenge. Understand? That is the spiritual way of that level. Understand? Now you got the power of one soul through technology, where I speak to you about that before. I speak to you about duplication of soul. Understand? Where one body, 30 bodies. Some people have zillions of body, 50 millions of self. Understand? And then just place them around in a time. Who does that? The maker and the soul collector. Understand them? They could do that. And the people them of creations and gods of creation can do that. There's a many things when it comes to the human creation that the human do not know. Understand? This is why I enlighten them. Now with that now, I could become white, black, Chinese, Guyanese, Mexican, and a whole lot of Jamaicans, you understand, and speak zillions of language. And how that goes now, so for example, this self, I break it down before to you. This self right here does duplicate it 50 times, right? Then I want to just keep 5 of me grown. So all of the other 45 ones, what I do with them is turn them into baby, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 8-year-old, understand? And sometimes 3-year-old, and take them down to other part of the land. I take down in Zimbabwe, down in Ethiopia, Japan, China, Europe, Puerto Rico, Mexico, India, understand? Because that means I would have turn myself into an India. The technology have that Indian, and then so technology can do that, man. Technology can do many things, but this technology being guarded by the superior heavens and superior hell and all the other forces of the universe, guarded for, because that's the creations of men and the creative life force. Now, if this technology being guarded and you become the person of the new one for it, you're going to have to fight to protect it. You're going to have to be doing a lot of things to protect it. Understand? Now, when we check souls now of the power of the earth, if I soul is a musician soul, wherever I soul go, it gonna roll. Understand? Now you have some souls are original. Understand? And they write originally, speak originally, and they solve problem originally. Understand? You got some souls that do not care about nothing but the fixing of situations and helping the people. That's how a warrior soul is, and that is what a ruler soul does. You understand? And that ruler soul, wherever it is gonna react to what it was. Because remember, you know, a tree that bear fruit different from a tree that do not bear fruit. You understand? You got the sheep, you got the lion. You understand? But you have to check deeply now. Then you have the warrior soul. It will declare war, but it's still a ruler soul. You understand? And a ruler soul can grow up and be a president and you know, anything you want. And this is how one man sitting on the throne is for all these years. Understand? This is how it goes. From the beginning of time, one man sitting on the throne. That means if I found this land, understand? Let's say I was the one that found this land, because you was teach that God said let there be light, and there was light, and you thought it was just this earth. You understand? And you thought it was this earth that they do Adam and Eve on. You understand? But if you have the right knowledge of creations, of power of one soul, you understand where I'm coming from. Because it wasn't on this earth, but they said let there be light. Because this is not earth. What we're on right now is not the first earth. Understand? This is not the first timing. These are old timing, but you have to understand the creations of time and the sequence of life. Understand? So on where I'm at right now, let's say for example now, I was born 1975, right? And I born 1975. In that time of 1975, there was another 1975. Understand? And I would have come from this 1975 where I was born, and it would have taken me back into 1965. And I grew up in 1965. In that time period, I will always be in 1965. But then I'm still here in 1975. Then let's for example now, he take me from 1975 and take me from my technology and put me in a 91. I grew up in a 91. It was still the same. You understand? And then the same thing goes if you put the soul in your mother. You understand? You have to understand creation to understand the level of power of one soul, man. You understand? But wherever it is, you're going to rule. But you have all type of different soul. You understand? Remember I say you have all type. You got the fox soul, the wash soul, the everything, man. You have to understand it, man. If you do not understand it, you're going to lose sight of life. Understand? But one thing I realize is to know oneself, you have to have the power to know the technology family tree. Understand? Once you know the technology family tree of yourself, you have to come to your senses. Because some of the soul them are white and them racism because they grew up different. I have souls like how I behave just like I, but them probably Indian and Puerto Rican and Mexican and Japanese and Chinese and Filipino, because I was a warrior. You understand? And they like how I speak, so they duplicate me and spread out through the land. And I am many black man. You understand? But the problem is that they're raised by the wrong one and they corrupt them. But the key to it now is to let oneself understand self. You understand? When you know so that's yourself, because sometimes I run in at some of them and say, yo, you and me, you have a fire stick arm. Practice with foot your fire stick arm. If you hear Zion Carlos, obey the order. You understand? You have to know when you know the soul them, because that a man get cursed by attacking them same soul of his self. The key to this thing, man, you cannot attack your same soul. When you attack your same soul, you curse yourself. And this is what the serpent they do and the creatures they do. These are some of the secrets they hide of you, man. Yeah, so you have to know yourself, because I is a many Indian man. You understand? But I do not know him. And that Indian man might not like black man, because that's where him grow. Me have served that many white. You understand? If him go against me, him curse himself, him probably just clamp somewhere else. You understand? You have to know yourself. You got to either work with some porter or ask other people who are around to say, I want to know my family tree. So to know I soul. I want to know who is me. Is fire is my soul. Understand? But sometimes they can code the technology to make it seem like you're one of their family tree. You understand? Yeah, man, you have to know your family tree of creation. Family tree of creation, because when we check it, you know, Lot of Jamaican stars, you know, as my soul. You understand? But they do not know it, and them curse themselves. You understand? It's a serious level because we've been protected by energy. Energy is a serious thing. We have a force that protect us all. You understand that? So if you go against your own creations of yourself, you will be cursed. And the reason why I'm doing this video, because I notice I have self that go against me and it's my problem. But you don't realize, so you have to come and apologize. I have a lot of African American souls, you understand, that do not understand. They are like my brother, but they don't realize that they are like my brother. You understand? And I have a soul that are female, but I was not the one who command those female. It was another self from another time. You understand that? You have to understand secret self, man. I wish poor people understand. I wish black people understand. We are in 2025. You could birth a baby right now and take the baby back into 91. And the baby grew up in 91 and he would have never have no memory of 2025. You understand? You have to understand the sequence of life and the sequence of time. You understand? One day you're going to experience time travel to a different level. One day you're going to expect these things happening in all form. You understand? My African American self, they don't play. They got a lot of them locked up because them a warrior. My Jamaican self, them shoot down love for them, but because they are warrior. If you see my soul, them a sing lyrically. You have to check your creation family tree. You understand? But my order now, with my creation family tree, if them sick, me have to be unto them. That's how me keep my go. And then the same thing goes on to them. If someone brush one away, me have to go either make the peace or else handle it differently. If him lock up, me have to send food. That's how me realize what the situation. If me running at some of them, me say, oh, you broke. You know, anywhere my soul system harass them or somebody provoke them, they never treat them fairly. You understand? Them always at war with something. You understand? So to all nation who watch this video so far, man, if you are in my creation family tree, man, listen, man, wise up, man. Never go against your own soul, man. You understand? If you see me, talk to me, man. You'll get out of that racism thing, man. It's a creature does that. Believe me, you see your man, or somebody make you all like that. You understand? When I say human have no control, these are some of the things they do. So if you are a white person, or a Japanese, or a Chinese, or Indian, and you grew up not to like black men, it's because of I. You understand? Yeah. That's how they do it. So your blessing never flow. But you have to make peace with your first creation self. Because each one of us came from ourselves. Like I am the first self. Understand? The rest is duplicate self. Understand? You have to have that. So if you sick, I'm supposed to be like, yo, if I heard it, I'm trying to figure out how to help you. Because it's come back down to the power creation's energy. You understand? If we do not have the full knowledge of the power of the creation energy, this is why I study it every day, because I notice it comes in certain level. Like I as a king. And to keep certain energy, I need about 12 wives. But don't believe that. Understand? This is what make me float. Energy, man, sequencing. Everyone have a sequence in life to make things stronger and to build them up. You understand? So for example, you are soul. And you might try 2 women and relationship doesn't work. You try 5, 8, 9 and you just keep breaking up. But I bet if you try talk to some females about polygamy, love, it's sealed. You wouldn't have no problem. You understand? These are some of the things. You know, this is why you're ruling on the wrong level. This is why so many men have so many divorce, because he don't know the creation energy of what he really is and who they really are. You understand? The moment black man start to find out the levels of sequence of relationship and who they really is and what's their creation birth from and what their soul is, the world will change. It go for any nation, because enough black man realize the soul is the key. Don't watch the flesh, watch the soul. You see a beautiful woman, but her soul can be a serpent. It can be an alien. It can be a dog. It can be a cat. You understand? It don't have to be human, but then look human. It can be a monkey species. What's up, monkey species? You have to learn those things from you also. You understand? But remember, man, your soul is the key to your everything. Never attack your soul. If your soul is down, and you hear that that's your soul, you go help your soul. Go help your soul. The creation energy will help you. You understand? And if you're in trouble, million, trillion, billion years to come, just share one of my videos. That's a sequence to help you. Understand? Yo, everything good? Yes, I. Connect to the site. So bank account have to be approved. Hiya! New one improve. Yo, check this out.